Hello everybody and welcome back to Black Ice once more with feeling. Thank you very much for joining me. Today we're going to be doing our very best to push to this river, and then we will have established a very nice defensive line all the way along the front. We will then probably take a pause in our offensive actions on this front. I want to get our supply situation sorted. It's really becoming a complete pain. We pulled off some nice encirclements last time. Soviet casualties reached 7 million. This will begin to take a toll on their war support quite seriously. They are, you know, still managing to keep it up fairly well, but we're getting there. We're getting there. You've still got 2 million manpower, and they're on volunteer only. So, I mean, you know, some problems there, to be sure. They're also just getting huge amounts of political power they're spending on motivating their industry. And yeah, the Soviet resistance is really a problem. Okay, so let's look at this then. Why did I cross the river here? Was I going? I guess I was going for encirclement. Or we've been verily driven back across it, so that's okay. Yeah, supply, obviously in this region, huge issue. Let's pull back. I'm really looking forward to being on the next patch. The easier frontline management. You guys all pull back down here. What is this? You guys go on this one. Okay. Douche. Beautiful. Okay, so they're going to pull back to the other side of the river. That's fine and dandy. Kiev, of course, falling into our hands, which is nice. Lots of military factories in there. And small arms and artillery. Still working on those rubber factories. We, of course, have a fairly large rubber deficit. Got running a steel and tungsten deficit as well, which makes me think maybe a campaign against the Spanish state and the Portuguese is called for. Although, of course, we would actually get less from the Portuguese in the short term if we actually were to attack them. The other option, yes, which I should go for, really. Let's occupy the Swedes more aggressively, shall we? That will help. Where is Sweden? Let's go straight past them. Here they are. Yeah, we'll get extra 20% resources from them by doing this. It will mean that we need to up the amount of suppression we're doing in the region, though. Oh, maybe not, actually. Looks like we're over-suppressing Swedes. Let's wait a daily tick, see if it changes. Currently 4.3. Goes to 4.3. That's what I like to see. Alright, well that means I can pull out 8 of these boys. They can head down here. Since we have it handled. But one of them needs to go to Gotland. Right, there's no plans in here, by the way, because there's that weird bug where Sweden briefly liberated themselves because I did a focus related to swaying them to my faction, which didn't bypass when it should have. Okay. Those guys look good. Nice. Okay, back on the main front. Yes, we're being driven back here, but that's a-okay. Just let them push us there. We'll withdraw here. You guys, this is the line that you should be holding. Yes, like so. And you guys, there's no divisions on this front anyway. Okay, good. Yeah, just pull back like that. Should be grand. Oh, there were some guys here. Alright. Well, some of you come on here. And the rest of you, where should you be? You're either here or on that front. Okay, well, there's no army in the south right now. Who are you? If I put you all on this? Yes, okay. My mistake. Well, temporarily, we will rock that. Like so. And these 17. We don't have a supply problem here, but let's pull these guys back. Just temporarily. We may see them return to the front shortly, but we need to get this supply situation under control. So we'll take some aggressive moves to make that happen. Excuse me. Get out of there, you guys. Get out of there. Just about holding in the north. Don't need to do any no aggressive moves necessary. Fuel beginning to decline. We'll withdraw from that tile if necessary. Supply up here. They're just barely holding. Okay. If these guys would spread out a bit better, I think we'd have a better chance. You would just stay... Look, just stay there, for God's sake. Okay, thank you. Now I can delete that. Good. Holding fine in the north. Yeah, supply up there is easy. What we really need... The problem is the Pripyat, or whatever they're called, marshes in the center here just don't have nearly the same supply as lots of the other regions on the front. So we'll focus on that. We are now losing supply. Sorry, losing... losing political power because of our increased occupation laws. I think I'm just going to have to live with that, basically. Over here, I'm just not going to worry about the allies for now, I think. They're really not a big concern. Try and keep some Soviet convoys off my boys. I've got military access from you, haven't I? Yes, good. So we're able to supply this area over land. We're still running some convoys in here, but if that gets bad, we can switch to an overland supply situation. Oh, that's why I attacked across here. Right, I was going to narrow it to a one-province front. I prefer this. I think that's fine. Okay, front stable. Got some problems in the south. We can switch these guys back to an aggressive plan very soon. We are being driven back here, but we have no supply problem in the very far south. 56. That means it can absorb at least one more tank division. Let's get a tank division in here and see if we can establish a decent defensive line by pushing in a little bit, like so. Okay, getting to the front. Good. Yeah, go on ahead. Attack in there, please. You don't need to do that. Good. Yes, and you lot can establish another big infantry line. And we no longer require fallback. Marvelous. Some of you guys struggling to move because this area is so oversupplied, but we've got guys moving out of there. So that should stabilize. These guys just about holding here. No doubt inflicting heavy casualties on the Soviets as they try and push in, so that's good. Some weaknesses in the Soviet line here, but I just don't think we're quite ready to exploit that. I think a drive south and north would be appropriate. Let's work on plane deployments. Some crack fighters down here, please. You guys can cease operations for fuel conservation purposes. Are we low on planes, or are these going to replenish at the end of the day? They're just taking lots of casualties in the short term. Let's see. They did not replenish. Are we actually at a deficit on planes? That strikes me as extraordinarily unlikely. Yes, we're not. They're just taking a little time to replenish, probably because of the low supply. Although I wasn't aware that's a feature. Let's drive them back, get some infantry into these places. Some more light tanks in here to hold. Good. Light tanks should focus their efforts in the north. And you guys should be all the way along this front. Good. That's probably the next supply zone along. Yeah. Alright, you can back up then. If we're having so many supply problems down here. We've recalled him, which means we can do the next one, which is what I was actually doing it for. Which was... I don't recall, but I'm sure it was great. Where was it? Here it is. Yes, get some extra planning skill on our leaders. Worthwhile endeavor. How much of the supply here is being used by the air? It's only one, so really not that bad. What do you think about pushback here? So I would love the river line to be the front line. Let's put the air back up if we're going to be fighting there. Once Cass gets in here, I suspect we'll be able to make good advances. Yeah, the marsh hurting local supplies is a big change in BICE, so that's no doubt a big part of why we're struggling here. I'm sure I could also just be, playing better. I mean, the attrition wouldn't be bad. We don't have the previous tiers. The highways. We already got that one. I don't think I need entrenchment, coastal fort speed. Is there anything important I'm missing in the tier behind? Steel mills giving aluminium is not going to really help us much. I mean, 3% factory output is... it's good. Oh, yeah, most... well, we don't have many steel mills, actually, to be honest. That's what we need. That's what we need. More rubber output. Yeah. Okay, come on. Bring some CAS in. Where's my CAS? Give me some mission efficiency. You guys. Let's switch momentarily here. Give me a CAS intervention. There it is, finally. Oh, God. Okay, cease attacks. That's a big Soviet offensive. Still, they're launching a lot of big offensives. It's going to cost them on manpower. We will, once again, concentrate the tanks. See if we can make a push along here in the north. I think we're going to hold here. I mean, this is a... it's a major offensive, but our divisions are really good in this area. And you guys, switch back down here, please. Good. Okay, still holding everywhere else. Fuel situation stabilizing. Good. This, obviously, a bit of a danger zone. It is our oversupply region, so that makes sense. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite push to that river line before we got driven back a few steps. They're, I suppose, a short-term tank. I mean, it's bad supply, but what can I do but bring in a short-term tank counter? I could prioritize planes, maybe. Yeah, let's bring some of you guys up here. You guys should all be active here already, yeah. Got 1,000 planes here. And as we established, actually, the planes... we're not using that much supply with the planes. Let's throw a Christ ton more CAS in there. Give me some infantry support into this attack. As soon as you win this one. I want to see continuing along the front. Let's keep this rolling this time. Been stalled too many times. Now, this time I will not be denied. Good. Keeping it rolling. Got infantry moving in to help with the defense. Obviously, we're having problems up here. Where are you going, my man? Stay here. And yeah, the tanks won't... Let's try and do it without the tanks. Because I really don't want to put myself even more oversupply. Okay. Getting hurt there. Oh yeah, I saw a naval invasion on the loading screen. All dead, but... holding nicely. Here. Oh, look at that. Glorious. Holding easily. That's what I like to see. Okay. Holding here. As soon as we finish this one off, let's do some counter-offensives to speed up the rate at which we beat that attack. They're not immediately continuing their drive forwards, it looks like. Where are you going, my man? See, you're needed down here, though, is the thing. Back to the front. What we mustn't do is lose this air base here. Hold there, that's fine. Putting ourselves behind a river here, not the worst thing in the world. Now, down here, woods. That's a problem. Let's keep our tanks fully concentrated. But we may try something like this to get around their strong position here. Well, actually, they're leaving those woods. So let's get people in there. New infrastructure under construction. Give me another round of infrastructure repairs as well, please. Because obviously it's much cheaper and quicker to repair infrastructure than it is to build new levels. So next tech, we got construction, so we should probably immediately go for infrastructure construction speeds. Please and thank you. Down here, still fighting the good fight. Let's move these two down. Well, I can fit another 115 planes down here. Oh, God. Major offensive on the Stalingrad line. Let's put planes in the air. Give me some cover, please. That's obviously terrible coverage, but we'll try and work with it. Perhaps you can work here as well. It's tough. That's a tough ask. It looks like we're going to be able to hold. They haven't sent their best. down here, and we've got some serious entrenchment, but let's not overlap here. We need to make sure we hold this. You guys, don't let them break you. I believe in you. Meanwhile, over here, those guys are moving. They don't have entrenchment. Come on. What do you reckon? Looks like we may break them. Yes, indeed. Alright, leave one. Charge straight on. Bring in infantry to cover the rear. Excellent. Up here, things stabilizing somewhat. Supply improving as the infrastructure is repaired. We've driven us back a step here. That's not what I like to see. These guys not willing to move in. Where should you be? You should be down here. Okay. Well, some of you are going to need you here. Plug that gap. Did break them here. That's excellent news. Moving in nice and swiftly. More tanks bring up the rear. Good, yes. Straight on. Straight on in. It's a difficult pocket to pull off. Because of the geography of the area. Let's try and drive them south a little bit as well. Or here, yeah, this could work. Let's tack in from down here. And then we can drive up a little bit and assist in forming that pocket from there. Looks like things are stabilizing here now. We've got planes in the air. Over here, we did we lose a province? I think we did lose that province. But that's okay. Everywhere else stood firm. No, we lost a province here. But immediately drove them back. That's fantastic. Fantastic news. Elsewhere holding fine, or did we lose Astrakhan? I think we may have lost Astrakhan, which is problematic. I would like to continue to hold Bridgehead right there to enable us to retake it in the future. Good, cutting down here nicely. Let's get you guys coming in here. Spread the infantry down the line. We could start trying to... Ooh, no, they're very strong there. Don't de-org yourself against a superior opponent. That's definitely not a good move. Hold. Okay. Oh, right. We have a manpower deficit right now. Forget a bunch of these guys then. Still want some of them, but that means we're going to need to get some political power. I don't really know how we're going to do that. It's going to be a problem. Alright, what is our actual manpower deficit right now in the field? It's about 70,000. Okay. Well, in that case, let's wipe out a few more of these. That should do. Okay, where do they all go? You guys, good. Hop in up here. So, in terms of political power, I could go laxer on the Soviet Union. We'd lose fuel. How about we go laxer on the French Republic? Yeah. And Norway. Not Iran, that's fuel. Not Iraq, that's fuel. Belgium and the Netherlands. Okay, now gaining 0.2 a day. It's not nothing. It's low. It's not nothing. More infantry moving in to support them there. Good. Do I have more infantry on this front spare? Yes, I've got one here. We should move onto this front. Just try and slightly strengthen us there. You won't move. Well, I'm gonna have to insist. Okay, over here. We're broken in. Simple plan. Do this. You can't really move because you don't have backup. You guys, however, can assist this attack. Get that done pronto. Is there anti-pocketing kicked in yet? Doesn't look like it. That's good news. Let's drive one of these guys north as well. In fact, they're putting more tanks into the pocket. I like to see that. I like to see that a great deal. Got a bunch of naval invasions all being repelled pretty easily. Looks like the front is stabilizing in the north. Good. Okay, pushed in there successfully. Nice. Bring these two down. Tanks reprioritize. Stay right on the front. There we go. Now I can take here. Nice. You can't attack there from here, can you? No, so you need to get here. Pronto. Good. Stalingrad front looks to have stabilized, so now we have planes in the air. Let's fight them where they are in terms of planes. They seem to have withdrawn their planes. Okay. I will stand mine down. We don't want to be wasting fuel. We don't have fuel to waste. There we go. Pocket established. Let's... 19 infantry. Supply down here. Still not great, but it's going to be a lot better once we can close up this pocket. Let's get 2 infantry to fall back. Or do I want to try and hold it so I can keep this air base? There's another air base here. What level is that air base? 3? Yes, okay. We will attempt to retain that air base and take this one by holding a line here. It's more vulnerable to enemy offensives, for sure. But getting 2 air bases in this southern region is going to be really useful. We're actually doing battle over the wrong air zone right now. You 2, get in here. You, get in here. You 2, get in here. You can go there. You can go here. Good. Okay. In the north, center, stable, looking good. Yes. Nice. Okay. Means you can focus on the southern part. There's some more decryption. Now maxed out decryption. That's very good. We can get bad weather penalty. Reduction on bad weather and night penalty. That's pretty useful. Chance to have some sabotage doesn't really matter. Radar. Yeah, let's start working on better radar. Being able to have intel on all the Axis... keep calling them the Axis. On all the Soviet troops would be useful. I think I will wait for the starve out in here. I'm in no tearing hurry to seize this land. Good. You need to fix these fronts. Let's just do this. So, southern guys, just along here, pushing to here. Is that what the line I want? That's the line I want, I think. Just like that. Good. Tanks in the region. Just hold this front while we get reinforcements showing up for you. Infantry in the region. First off, most importantly, don't allow the front to collapse. I deleted one too many plans. You guys. All the way down here. Like this. Just don't let the main front collapse. Now, these guys are my closers. You guys go here. Like so. Good. Can we begin launching some offensives by chance? Looks like yes. Good. Let's start trying to wipe these guys out. We could bleed them out, but I actually think I might want to try and get things done faster than that. We need this. We need this land. We need it now. The sooner we get these air bases, the better our situation in the region is going to be. He's just arrived, so he's no entrenchment. Let's drive him back out again. Good. You stop that, stop that, stop that. Okay. This front's holding firm. No major offensives. Good. Good, good, good. What's the next offensive? Well, we've got lots of supply in the north, so I'm probably going to retry for this pocket here. In fact, let's see how many of our tanks we can place up here before we start to see serious supply issues. Just going to start with something like this, and then something like this. Chunk, chunk. 2-stage operation. Let's see. Lots of them not moving. Probably because the number that I've currently sent are going to fill up the supply. No, now they're all moving. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Now this area, obviously, open tile, not ideal. Where's my infantry gone that were just here? I guess that's these guys. Let's keep them moving up. Once we've got the pocket closed, we're going to have all the spare infantry in the region that we need. Good, driven them back here. No, don't fight losers. Don't fight losers. Give me some better air support here, and also, not many of these guys are in range, but those that are, I've got room for another 200, 2 wings, that is to say, right here. So, give me them, please. Good. You tank, help cut through here. Good. Infantry have crossed. If you want to just seize that zone, they are pushing us back here. This is dangerous. You guys need to be on this front. Let's pull the tanks down as well. We absolutely cannot have them pushing us back here. Good. Infantry moving into the correct position. Got some hard fights, but they haven't got supply. So we should be able to see some progress. I really obviously don't want them to cut off the peninsula here. Stalingrad front still stable. Immediate counteroffensive perhaps. Looking successful with the tank assistance. Shooting in the wrong direction. That's not ideal. Got them driven back. Good. Help here. You guys begin the offensive on the city. I want that supply. I want it now. There is the extra planning skill. That's going to be useful. There's nothing here I really need. I guess I'll get the nuclear water. But I'd honestly rather... There are any focuses about building infrastructure in the Soviets? Feels like the kind of thing there might be. Yes. We have to control Gomel and Smolensk, and it adds 4 levels of infrastructure. That seems not even slightly worth it. What about peating focuses right now? Could do repair. Repair doesn't cost anything. Could do Labor Corps. Not worth it. Not worth it. Maybe worth it in short term. You're doing big offensives. Ooh, this could be good. 6% less supply consumption in exchange for 15% lower reputable pop and 3% less output. That's pretty good. For now, we're going to rock no focus because we need the political power, I think. That's what we're going to go with for now. Alright, things just holding on in the south now. That's good. Let's extend that up a bit. And yeah, as expected, now the tanks have gone south. We are facing problems here. Oh god. Do not commit them to unencircle these guys. Give me a tank here. Give me a tank here. Get pressure on the damn pocket. Close it up. Close it up. 7 Soviet divisions to kill. There's some extra armor for our tanks. More reconnaissance for our just for all our divisions. Seems good. We attacked here. Do not allow them to make any progress here. Good. You help out. You're doing the right thing. Driving back here. It's bad. It's necessary. It was necessary to allow them to keep that blocking attack in place. There's one part of the pocket liquidated. Get me some tank pushes in here. We can try and hit him here and then here. Seize the airbase, pocket them at the same time. You. Back to the front. Good. Tanks. Cut in here. Infantry. Close that up. Alright, get in there. Now we can simplify this front. This guy is slightly over, but we can fix that very easily. So all these guys should now be assigned right here. Yes, he's 4 over. So just shift it down 1. You 4. Hop in here. Now he's 2 over. Very simple. Shift it. Shift it. Hop in here. Now he's 2 over. Less simple. Well, you 4 are not doing anything. So how about you go to the layabout army, which should probably extend north a bit, in case it's needed in the north. Good. Not on the front line supply zone. This one's fine. Alright, I got 9 tanks in there. That's interesting. I can do something with 9 tanks once we stabilize things in the south. Alright. No, no, no. Get back on your side of the river. Okay. Well, I might as well leave that in place. But you guys None of you really have range to go over here at all, do you? One extra there, and one extra here. Well, you two then. Come on north. Focus is going to be on Latvia in just a second. You guys in the north, there's no fighting here. Cease flying. Good. You guys are central Ukraine. Currently no fighting. Cease flying. Okay. Get driven back there, but immediately reinforced. Good. Got him there. Good. Infantry moving in here. Superb. Keep up the good work, boys. These guys moving in. Once they get there, should be okay. New unassigned divisions. Italians, eh? Sure. Go down here. I don't want to have to deal with an Italian an African campaign problem right now. Okay, I think we call it a part there, and in the next episode, we initiate our Baltic strategy. Until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll stick around for the next one, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.